Michael, thanks for speaking to us. New Year's Eve, chance to look back on the year, look ahead to next year. Won it back 12 months ago. You've beaten Peter Wright on the World Championship stage. Since then, how do you assess 2014's gone for you?
I had a fantastic year with a lot of tournament wins, a lot of good results, and I was consistent this year. I didn't make many mistakes, and that was my year, to be fair. And yeah, it started off with the World Champion title, and then after that win, I was also #1 of the world. I went into the Premier League as the favourite, and then lost even the final to Raymond van Barneveld. But the key moment was for me after that Worlds. Could you do it again in the Premier League? And I started off against Phil Taylor and I beat him 7-0. And that was a good thing and a sign from I can keep the pressure and I can do even more things this year. And to be fair, I'm still in the World Championships now. I had a fantastic amount of good results. Only the worst lose I had this year was the final against Phil Taylor in the World Match Play. And but every year I do a step better and hope I can win it next year then.
So even going into last year's World Championships after that brilliant form, and you've been playing brilliantly for a year and a half, you still had questions of yourself about whether you could keep it going.
Yeah, it's always you need to go on the top is difficult, but stay there is even more difficult, and that's a thing what you need to have in your mind, because you need to be consistent if you want to keep the #1 spot, and you're not afford to make mistakes in the major tournaments, because otherwise other people will damage it.
You've been #1 all the way through this year,
yes.
So do you feel that people are gunning for you even more? Was it always Phil Taylor before and now it's you? Does that what you feel like?
I hope I can keep that place for a long time, but you never know what's going to happen. Only one thing I know, Phil's not going to play all tournaments anymore. So for him to get back in the #1 spot is going to be difficult, and I need to take my advantages. I'm a young player, I'm going to all tournaments, and I hope I can keep that place. But it's a lot of hard work to do for that, and yeah, you don't get it for free.
Winning 2 major titles and the World Cup in the pairs already this year, and potentially a 3rd one with the World Championship.
Yeah, and I won Dubai again.
And Dubai. This is
Singapore.
A stellar year, year for most players. Yeah. Is it enough for you?
Yeah, you need to be happy with the performance, and you can win all tournaments all year. Phil can do it, I can do it, no one can. It's too difficult. Too many good players around that you can't win it all in 1 year, in my opinion. The level is too high.
There are a load of other things that come with being world #1 and world champion. You're having to speak to us. You're getting interview requests from all over the world. You've had a documentary team following you around. What's been the hardest thing to deal with?
The hardest thing to deal with, that's a good thing. Losing finals, that's one of the most important things. You're not allowed to lose finals, but it's good for you, because then you want to get your sharpness back, and when you lose a final, the next time you want to even win harder, and you practice harder, you work harder for it, and sometimes that pays out. And hardest bit. For the rest, I don't really know.
What about your personal life? I mean, obviously you got married this year to Daphne. Has that been? We've seen with some players that marriage and kids has actually helped them, seemingly helped their game. It certainly did with Adrian Lewis.
Yeah, because then people are happy, and makes get the good thing out of your body, and you always need to think positive as well, and that's how I am.
Where does the will to win come from with you, Michael?
The will to win, you need to love the game, because if you don't love the game, you're not going to put on good results, you're not going to win tournaments. And the passion for the sport, for me, is amazing, it's big. Nothing can beat hold a trophy on the end of the week. Doesn't matter what kind of tournament it is, especially the Worlds, of course, but that gives you a feeling like a little kid when win his first dart tournament.
Is it born out of those years when it was tough? Those years where you were losing a lot of games to guys you'd beat easily now?
Yeah, that's because you're changing mentally, and the most important thing in darts is make sure you're confident and mentally very strong, and make sure you're fit for your games. And I didn't have that before. I was nervous. I didn't play well when I had to, and even makes it more difficult when you know you're better than 80 probably 90% of the players. And then you think by yourself, what am I doing? And you need to change your mind and try to win tournaments. Also, the youth tour, Rob Harrington set it up, helped me a lot, because I learned to win games again and getting my confidence back.
If you go and speak to A.D. Lewis, he'll say, Phil Taylor taught me how to win. Taylor will say, Eric Bristow taught me how to win, and Bristow was created in some sort of volcano by the evil spirit.
Someone can tell you how to win a tournament, but you still need to do it by yourself. You can use a bit of information of them, but you still need to do it on the main stage prime time by yourself. No one can help you with that, and as long as you don't have the confidence, you won't win. And I've got the confidence now for probably 2.5 years. And I'm playing well, happy with my performances, and I'm #1 of the world. What do you want more? Sometimes you need, I want to win more titles, but sometimes you need to say, I had a good year, hope I can win one more tournament next year. One more than this year.
It's a weird thing, I didn't realise this until I was thinking about this interview today, Michael, but despite all the titles you've won, you're yet to defend one, aren't you? You're yet to hold it the following year in the major titles.
Yeah.
This could be the first one, the World Championship, matching Adrian Lewis's.
On the ranking wise, I won the Grand Prix 2 years ago, and I won it last year. So
and you won it last year.
Yeah, this year. So defending ranking wise, I did well with the Grand Prix. But now you want to win tournaments twice in a row. I did only once with Dubai, because that's only be held for 2 years, and I won both times. And yeah, that's a good feeling. But now the bigger ones, like the match play, the Worlds, the Grand Prix, there are the tournaments you want to win all the times. And it's easy to say, but you still need to do it on stage.
You've mentioned confidence, that's often a buzzword of yours.
Yes.
Just explain to us how important that is to you being able to do what you do as a dart player.
Confidence means you go into the game and you know when you feel you're going to win if you play good. And don't be scared of anyone. If you walk on stage and you're nervous, you're scared, you won't win the game. And that's something I always keep in my mind. And that will be, if you think about that, that will be your first mistake, and then you won't win the game.
It sounds like a very simple thing, but it's something you can't fake it, can you?
It's not a simple thing, because if it was that simple, I wouldn't have 3-4 bad years, is it? I needed to work for 3-4 years to get back to my level, to get the confidence back and win the games again. But first you need to learn how to lose before you can win anything, and I always say that, and that's why I really think.
When it's so key to being able to do what you do, is it concerning that it can seem so fragile? You only have to look at some of the players who haven't made it here. Former world #1 Colin Lloyd, you can see.
Yeah, that's a bit of like Colin Lloyd. Amazing he wasn't there. They did a poll in Holland on television. Who is the player you missed the most in the World Championship? You know who won? Andy Forden. I say Colin Lloyd straight away. He's been, I think he didn't miss the World Championship from '99. And for 15 years he's been, and now for the first year he didn't qualify. But then you can see if someone is not confident and doesn't have the belief, how tough it is. And Colin Lloyd can play that and still didn't make the Worlds, and that must hurt for him. And then people realize how it also can go, because Colin Lloyd has been #1 of the world for years as well, when they had the other point system. So it's a tough game. You need to work really hard for it, otherwise you lose your spot in the rankings.
Do you look at somebody like Colin and then go, well, if it can happen to him?
Yeah, but I've been in that position as well. I crossed over. In the first year in the PDC, I qualified for all tournaments, and then all of a sudden, I was nervous, played rubbish, lost probably 8 till 10 tournaments first round in the Pro Tours, and then you really think by yourself, what am I doing here? Why am I still playing darts? Well, you know you're better than most of them. I used to be afraid of dart players and not afraid, but afraid to lose, and I don't have that anymore. I walk in a building as a champion, and they need to beat me. That's how I think now.
Does it get easier then once you've learned how to win?
It gets easier. You need to be confident, and sometimes you need to be arrogant to yourself, because then they will struggle against you, and you think you need to get the feeling you're better than them and they look up to you.
Do you like the fact that you could walk into a venue, Michael, and you know that there are darts players who are scared of you?
Yeah, it's a good thing. I know I've been in that position as well, and when you are in that position, that you look up against other players, then you're gonna struggle. Then the important moments you're gonna miss, you're gonna think, and then they are the weak spots.
Is there anything you do when you're practicing there or when you're around the other players just to re-emphasise that, just to remind them who's top dog, who's number one?
I'm not really doing that, but they know what I can, and I know if I play good darts, I can be on the top for a long time.
How long can you be on the top for? Are we going to see Michael van Gerwen playing till he's 54, for example?
You never know. Maybe I'm retired in 10 years. Depends how good Barry does. Prize money wise. No, I'm happy with how everything goes, family wise, dart wise, with my friends and things like that. Everything goes well, and you need to enjoy their moments as well.
The next target for you is obviously January 4th and making your second William Hill World Championship title.
Will be good, isn't it?
Do you have a target? Do you have a number you want to win?
How many times? I want to win a minimum of 5, minimum, in the next 10 years.
Is that just a number you've plucked out the air, Michael? Or is that because Barney's won 5 titles?
No.
Bristow's won 5?
No. Just, I can't be too arrogant to say I'm going to win every year, because that's not going to, in my eyes, not going to happen, because the level is too high, too many consistent players. Look, like yesterday, Michael Smith and Bunting both 103 average or something. The level is high now, and you need to work really hard for it, but I want to win a couple more, and you always need to set a target for yourself, and that's my target.
Michael, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.